Stop studying 10,000 words. The 80-20 rule for English fluency. Introduction. Flabbergasted, discombobulated, ubiquitous. Do you have a notebook full of words like this? Do you spend hours every day trying to memorize lists of 50 or 100 new words? And yet, when you try to speak, do you still feel stuck? Do you still struggle to order a coffee or tell a simple story about your weekend? If the answer is yes, then you are suffering from a very common disease. It is called vocabulary obesity. You are eating too many words, but they are not making you strong. They are just making you heavy and slow. Many students think, to be fluent, I need to know 10,000 words. I need to be a walking dictionary. I am here to tell you that this is a lie. You do not need 10,000 words to be fluent. You do not even need 5,000. You need the right words. There is a secret rule in economics, business, and nature. It is called the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule. It says that 80% of your results come from only 20% of your efforts. In English, this rule is even more powerful. I am going to show you how to stop wasting your time on useless vocabulary. I will teach you how to identify the golden 20% of words that native speakers actually use, and I will give you permission to delete the rest. Stop working harder. Let's start working smarter. Chapter 1. The Italian Garden, where the rule comes from. First, let's understand the theory. Don't worry, no complex math today. In the late 1800s, there was an Italian economist named Vilfredo Pareto. One day he was working in his garden. He noticed something interesting about his peas. He saw that 20% of the pea pods produced 80% of the peas. He looked around the world and saw this pattern everywhere. 20% of the people owned 80% of the land. 20% of the customers created 80% of the sales. This is the law of imbalance. The world is not equal. Some things are just much more valuable than others. Language is exactly the same. English has hundreds of thousands of words, but native speakers are lazy or perhaps efficient. In a normal day, we use the same small group of words again and again. If you analyze a movie script, a book, or a conversation, you will find that 20% of the words create 80% of the meaning. So, if you are spending your time learning the other 80%, the rare words, you are wasting your energy. Chapter 2. Gold versus Sand, the Frequency Trap. Imagine. English vocabulary is a beach. Most words are like grains of sand. There are millions of them. But some words are gold coins. The problem is that traditional education often teaches you to collect the sand. Textbooks love specific, categorized vocabulary. Here are 50 types of vegetables. Here are 20 parts of a car engine. Here are 15 synonyms for beautiful. But ask yourself, how often do you talk about car engines in English? Once a year? And how often do you use the word make or get? Every 5 minutes. Here is the mistake. You learn the word participate. It sounds formal. It sounds nice. But native speakers usually say, take part. You learn descend. But native speakers say, go down. Participate and descend are sand words. They are fine, but they are rare. Take part and go down are gold words. They are used everywhere. If you focus on the gold, you can speak about anything. If you focus on the sand, You can only speak about specific things. Chapter 3. The Toolbox Metaphor. How Native Speakers Think. Think of your vocabulary like a toolbox. You are a builder. To build a house, what do you need? You need a hammer. You can use a hammer to break things, to fix things, to push things. It is a multi-purpose tool. In English, we have hammer verbs. These are verbs like get, do, make, take, have, put, and go. These words are small, but they are incredibly powerful. Look at the word get. I got a present. That means I received it. I got to work. That means I arrived. I got tired. That means I became tired. I got it. That means I understand. One word, 4 meanings. This is an 80-20 word. It gives you maximum result for minimum effort. Now, look at the word receive. It only means receive. That's it. It does only one task. Many students ignore the word get because they think it is too simple. They want to sound smart, so they say, I arrived at my destination and received a gift. It is correct, but it sounds robotic. A native speaker says, I got there and got a gift. Your mission is to master the hammer verbs. Don't just learn them, become an expert in them. Learn every way to use get and take. These are your best friends. Chapter 4. Phrasal verbs, the hidden 20%. Now we come to the part that students hate. Phrasal verbs. Many students try to avoid them. They prefer the Latin words because they are easier to translate. Instead of give up, they learn quit. Instead of find out, they learn discover. Instead of put off, they learn postpone. They think, if I learn the Latin word, I sound more professional. But here is the trap. If you only learn the formal words, you will sound like a textbook from 1950. And worse, you won't understand native speakers. Native speakers use phrasal verbs constantly. The 80-20 rule tells us that phrasal verbs are part of the vital 20%. You cannot be fluent without them. But don't learn all phrasal verbs. There are thousands. Apply the 80-20 rule to the phrasal verbs. Focus on the most common particles. Up, down, out, and off. Clean up, give up, show up. Calm down, break down, slow down. These are high-value words. Prioritize them. Chapter 5. The Delete button. How to audit your vocabulary. I am going to give you permission to do something scary. I want you to delete words from your study list. If you use an app like Anki or a notebook, look at your words. Ask yourself 3 questions about every word. Question 1. Have I seen this word 3 times in real life? If you saw a word once in a book about vampires, do not learn it. Wait until you see it again, and again. If a word is important, it will chase you. It will appear in movies, in songs, in articles. If a word doesn't appear, it is not important yet. Let it go. Question 2. Can I explain this concept with words I already know? Let's take the word beverage. It means drink. If you already know the word drink, do you need beverage? No, not right now. Drink works in 100% of situations. Beverage works in 10% of situations. Stick with drink. Question 3. Is this word emotional for me? If a word describes your job, your hobby, or your feelings, keep it. If you love gardening, you should learn shovel and seeds. That is your personal 20%. But if you are an accountant, don't learn the names of garden tools. The rule is, if a word is rare, difficult to pronounce, and you have a synonym for it, delete it. Free up your brain space for the useful stuff. Chapter 6. The Plateau Myth. Why more words won't save you. Many of you are at the intermediate plateau. You feel stuck. You understand, but you can't speak fluently. So what do? You try to learn more words. You think, if I learn 1,000 advanced words, I will leave the plateau. This is a mistake. The reason you are stuck is not a lack of words. It is a lack of speed. Your brain is too slow at retrieving the words you already know. I explained this mechanism in my video, I Understand English, but I Can't Speak. It is about the gap between passive and active vocabulary. Adding more heavy, complex words to your brain will not make you faster. It will make you slower. Instead of adding new words, you should focus on activating the 20% you already have. Use get faster. Use make faster. Practice your prepositions. Mastery of the basics is more impressive than a messy knowledge of advanced words. Chapter 7. Your new study plan. Step by step. So, how do we apply the 80-20 rule starting today? Here is your plan. Step 1. The purge. Go through your vocabulary list today. Delete 50% of the words. Yes, 50%. Delete the academic words. Delete the old-fashioned words. Keep only the hammer words. Step 2. Focus on collocations. Don't learn words alone. Words are social. They like to hang out with friends. Don't just learn decision. Learn make a decision. Don't just learn time. Learn spend time and waste time. These combinations are the glue of the language. Step 3. Deep dive into high-frequency verbs. Take one verb per week. For example, find 10 phrases with take. Take a break, take a shower, take care, take off. Use them in sentences. Talk to yourself. Mastering this one word is better than memorizing 20 random nouns. Step 4. Consume natural content. Stop reading textbooks. Textbooks are often written to teach you specific grammar, not natural frequency. Watch YouTube vlogs. Listen to unscripted podcasts. You will hear the 80-20 rule in action. You will hear like get, go, and stuff all the time. Copy that English. Chapter 8. A warning. When you need the 100%. Before I finish, a small warning. Is there a time when you do need the other 80%? Yes. If you want to be a lawyer in the UK, you need the complex words. If you want to read Shakespeare, you need the archaic words. If you want to pass the C2 proficiency exam, you need the rare words. But ask yourself, is that your goal right now? If your goal is to travel, make friends, and work in an international office, the 80-20 rule is enough. Don't pack a tuxedo for a beach holiday. Get fluent first. Get confident first using the simple words. Then, and only then, you can start adding the decorations. Conclusion. Less is more. Fluency is not about how many words you have in your head. It is about how well you can use the words you have. Bruce Lee, the famous martial artist, once said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Be like Bruce Lee. Don't practice 10,000 words. Practice the essential 2,000 words until you can use them in your sleep. English is a tool. Keep your toolbox light, clean, and useful. If you feel relieved that you don't have to learn the whole dictionary, please hit the like button. If you want to know why you struggle to speak despite knowing the words, check out I Understand English, but I Can't Speak. And if you want to see the specific math behind vocabulary frequency, watch The Math Secret. What is the most useless, complicated word you ever learned? Tell me in the comments and then delete it. See you in the next video.